to our first map, guys. Yes, no downtime here. I wanted to get started straight away. And our first series of the day is going to be a Protoss versus Terran between two players who haven't had the best tournament. I think it's fair to say Steadfast, but of course, still plenty on the line. And our first player in the top left here of Romanticide, he is the Russian Terran player in the red. Unfortunately, already eliminated. It's a MilkiCow.
One of my favorite names, by the way.
Fantastic.
And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom right, now a member of Storm Gaming. It is Gerald of Poland.
Of Poland.
Oh.
Yeah. Has a big beard now. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, he's a handsome lad.
He is
he's
bloody
he's
good
had
looking.
to glow up a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of upset with him, to be honest. He shouldn't be allowed. Okay, so we do have a PVT here. As we said, MilkiCow currently sitting at 0-5. Really, at this point, he's looking to play for pride. But also, if you do manage to win a series, there is $125 for every series that you can win. And, you know, that will buy some MilkiCows. So he's got plenty
Russia's
to play for.
favorite treat.
Yeah, oh yeah, they just go out and just like bite on udders. No, I can't say that. Okay, focus ground. Okay, so in terms of openings here, everything is looking pretty normal, Mr. Steadfast. It looks like we have a Gate Cyber here, no Nexus before anything as a Reaper. Oh, actually a Marine coming out first here for our Terran player. He's going to get a CC down, actually in the wrong place, which is surprising. Some players do opt to just wait a couple more seconds to get it in the right place. I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another, I imagine. By the time you take off and land, it's about the same.
Yeah, it's kind of nice though for Gerald. That's like an admittance that like she's like, well, you know, I just don't want to tangle with your micro, and Gerald's like, oh, well, I'll take the compliment, good sir. He's gonna be happy about that.
Adept first coming in here from Gerald. Very, very standard openings. Going to be able to deal with a Reaper if it was coming. Of course, it is not. The Marine first into Reactor is the opening here. Looking like a standard 1-1-1 bunker on the low ground. Stalker as the follow-up here from Gerald. Going to be very, very safe with this opening. Doesn't have as much vision coming into the early game, but I wouldn't be surprised to see either that quick Twilight or a Stargate here from Gerald in order to catch up on that. Our Terran player, all looking normal so far. Going to swap over, move into Hellions. Hellion drop, maybe?
I think this will just be potentially a run by of Hellions in the front. Oh, that's kind of cute. We got a Stargate coming down from Gerald. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. We are starting to see some Terran players switch up the way they build Hellions if they're going for like a Hellion drop. Like they'll actually leave the barracks on the reactor to mask the build. But we can see with this Adept, Gerald sees, well, okay, you've switched this over. This is Hellions, and he should know to get a wall up at the front. Now, if you can mask that, if you can say, oh, well, no, I'm just building Marines. There's nothing to see here. You don't have to worry about that. And then all of a sudden you show up with 3 Hellions in the main base. All of a sudden that gets a little bit dicier. So MilkiCow, I mean, he's going for it. It is going to be a switch into Widow Mines and a Widow Mine drop behind that. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. Scout comes in from Gerald. Oh, this Widow Mine trying to zone it off, but Gerald is going to escape. He actually tries for the second shot. It does miss, but now there's nothing to defend against this Adept. If he cancels that Shade, he should be able to get a couple of SCVs.
Yeah, and I mean, the most important thing here is look at all this lost mining time. That alongside with a full scout, that is 100% worth one Adept. We also now have the Oracle starting to make its way downtown, and the focus has been pulled here from MilkiCow already. So there is a chance he isn't prepared with either a couple of Marines or a Widow Mine in the natural, and this Oracle could find some damage, because right now on the field, there's those couple of Widow Mines heading in the medevac, free in the medevac, but there's nothing to defend at all against this Oracle in the natural, and it is going to go in, and some of these SCVs are already really quite softened up.
Yeah, and Gerald going to take a few pot shots at that Widow Mine before it burrows. There's nothing in here, but now we have the Widow Mine drop coming in to the natural expansion. And a nice lift will get one of those Widow Mines. Ooh, I like that unburrow from MilkiCow. There is still another one dropping into the main base.
Oh, yeah, this one's actually going to find some damage. Oh, no, the left target.
RNG! The gods of RNGesus were on his side.
That's so unfortunate here for MilkiCow. I could have easily got 6-7 workers. Now Probe's going to get the surround. There is still one Widow Mine out in the middle here, but it's really not going to find much. In fact, it is going to burrow, unburrow, and run. It's a little bit softened up here, but if Gerald doesn't pull in time, this is going to get a shot off. It is Going now for a better position. I don't think I liked the burrow on burrow there. I think I had a good position, right? Oh, even the medevac going down here.
So it actually recharged and it was ready to fire, which means it would have been cloaked. But because it was still burrowing, the pros were able to get those last 2 or 3 shots that they needed to kill that. I think you said that best. Yeah, he did not need to reburrow that.
Yeah, just between the gas and the mineral patches here, it could have easily got 4 or 5 kills. And then it probably would have gone down either way. It was already pretty softened up. But those were the worker kills that our Terran player really needed, because right now he is down 35 to 48 steadfast. That's a big loss this early on. He's now going to lose his Hellions too. With everything going wrong, workers dying again to the Oracle, which stays alive and keeps that utility with things like Revelation or even the stasis wards coming in. Gerald's tech is just flying. He'll be getting those 4th and 5th gases very, very soon, I am sure, as he does throw down his Templar archives. And I don't know, man, this isn't looking... It's not looking fantastic, let's put it that way, for MilkiCow so far.
No, it is not. Not even a little bit. I will say, this is a little bit of a switch up from Gerald. I'm always used to him going Colossus in this matchup. So he's going for a Templar Archives. And I got to say, I like that. I like that he is willing to vary up his play. I cast a lot of his games in those ESL Open Cups, and he almost never goes for this. Nice little logo right there.
Yeah,
Thank you for the logos, SC2 mod. For a second, I was confused what you were doing because I took it off to do some other casts, and I was like, wait a minute, what do you do? Oh yeah, that's where it would be. Yes.
Observing King. Storm coming in very, very quickly here from Gerald. This is about the earliest you can get Storm, and considering this early game, it's going to be great. And even the third here could be pushed back. We're going to see a blink into the main here. Stim isn't done. Stim gets denied. That's so big. This is just going from bad to worse for MilkiCow. I feel so bad for the poor Russian lad, because his third has been pushed back. His Stim has been denied with this very heavy bio comp. I mean, this is already 3 reacts worth of bio. He now has to restart Stim. He's going to have +1/+1 before Stim is done, so any potential timing is done, although it would have been walking into some pretty bad weather anyway. And Gerald is just taking control with just a very small handful of units. Even his bunker's empty.
Yeah, he is such a surgeon right here. Oh, almost even gets a medevac right there. Now, he may actually try and just hit a timing of his own. If he because there was only 1 tech lab there in the main, right? Yeah, there was only 1 tech lab researching at that moment. So if he, there's 2 now, but if he recognized that and he sees that he got Stim, he can just go in with Storm and keep this third base from ever getting up. If MilkiCow tries to, by the way, I love that stasis ward. That is such a nice little move. And if it gets triggered in the wrong position, it could trap a unit to actually block the command center.
Oh, that would be so sick. Now the command center can't land, just the one ring. Nice. Well played. Yeah. But, these Stalkers actually moving a little too far forward. Just the one will go down here. The Oracle, though, maintaining its sort of distance here from the third. We'll be able to drop Revelations or another Stasis Ward shortly. Robo coming down, and I think once we see the Robo done and that Prism on the way, we're going to see some aggression coming in. Like, even this Oracle has 14 kills steadfast. And they are pretty much all SCVs. 14 have died in this game. And I mean, our Protoss player couldn't be happier. He has already got 18 Zealots. He's got as many Zealots as there are Marines almost. Which is just insane. Combat Shield's going to finish up, but of course Stim is... Oh, it has finished now. That's good. MilkiCow has one thing going for him, and that's that his upgrades are coming in at a pretty decent time. He's going to have that, but he's going to need a pretty darn good fight.
Yeah, no kidding. Right now, Marine life insurance policies are the highest they have ever been. And this is going to be a Colossus transition coming out of Gerald right now. He is so far ahead in this game. Like, Gerald is good in a position when he's behind in the game, but if you give him freedom and let him do what he wants... By the way, I love this. I thought this is what we were going to see initially, was going to be High Templar in a War Prism.
Just the timing.
And he was just going to try and hit with Charge, which would have hit before Stim since he canceled it. But he just plays it out, takes the 4th base, gets his tech up. But now he is going to go for this push. And there is not a lot to deal with High Templar.
There's not enough to deal with Zealots, let alone High Templar. There's Archons in the back as well that will be able to just soak up a huge amount of this tank shots. And there come the Storms. Bad weather on the ramp. GG is called straight away. And Gerald with the most convincing Game 1 victory I've seen all event.
Yeah, that was... That was really good. If you told me that these two players were the bottom of their group, like right next to each other, I just wouldn't believe you. I would be like, no, that's the second place or first place player in the group just beating the crap out of the last place player. That's not a player who's 1-4. That's a player who's 4-2 or like at worst 3-2. Like Gerald looked so sharp right there.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. Guys, I have no idea why all of my settings reverted and went to win. Am I on the right account? Yeah, that's very strange. All of my settings went back. I fixed them now. The health bars were the wrong color. I know. It's too late. And my F10 key is the key to change all my scenes and stuff. So I couldn't fix it in the game. But it's fixed now. I apologize. For some reason, music stopped. Everything stopped. But first game of the day, we'll call it jitters. Why not? We should be good now. Just check everything else is okay. Yep. Cool. Anyway, Steadfast, yeah, that was, as you said, that looked like Trap playing against me on my off-race Terran. I feel bad for Milky, obviously. So it's not great. But,
yeah,
I mean, it was bad from the start. And it can only get fixed now. You can only go up from there. That's what I would say is it can't be much worse.
Yeah, no, you can you can only go up from there, like you said. That was a really brutal game number one. Now that was also Gerald playing very, very comfortably. Like he looked like a man on a mission. He looked like he was just cool as a cucumber. Like he's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, like let me just finish my law degree, and maybe I'll play a couple of games of StarCraft here and there. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good game. Oh, MilkiCow, yeah, I know. What is he like, 5K? Psh, yeah, I'll just take him down.
Yeah.
But no, MilkiCow is very, very good.
Yeah.
Like we did not get a chance to see how good he was there because Gerald just was all over him.
Yeah, definitely. From beginning to end, little things like the Widow Mines didn't work. The Adept got into the main to start things off, and that already, it put you in the mindset where you're like, oh, for God's sake. Like, it's just frustrating. So, MilkiCow is a consummate pro. He's been doing this a long time. Well, he's been doing it a few years now. He knows how to reset before a game. So I'm sure he'll come into this next one with a better mindset. We move on to Oxide as our second map, Steadfast. Seems to be that we're sticking relatively standard in the maps so far. There's a relatively small map here, not bad for sort of 5 racks pushes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what MilkiCow can do. I liked that Gerald mixed it up. I loved the Storm play.
Yeah, no, I would love to see MilkiCow kind of maybe go for like a 3 racks. But it's so tricky because Gerald is so good at absorbing attacks. And it's a shame because I don't think we've gotten to see it too much in this group in particular because it is kind of a tough group. Like I said, 1-4 is not where we expected Gerald to be at this time.
No.
He made the playoffs all 3 of DreamHack Masters in the previous year, including an incredible run in the DreamHack Masters fall, where
Top 6, right?
he beat Lambo, he beat a laser, he narrowly lost to Marine Lord when Marine Lord was really surging.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just very surprised that Gerald's in the position that he is, but it's good to see a bit of a flash of brilliance from him today.
Yeah, it's exactly what he needs because I believe he is not scientifically, technically, empirically eliminated, if I am correct. He still can make his way out. It does take a lot of other results. Luckily for him, Stefano, Bratok have gone 1-4. He'll need Skillis to lose every game and him to win every game. But, I mean, well, there's a will, there's a way. And there's certainly looking like there could be a way so far. Anyway, we are into map 2 here at Steadfast, so let's load on into it. And what I'm going to do for a second is I just need to follow your camera while I fix some stuff.
Absolutely. If you'd like, I can just observe the match even.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing that's ever happened.
For sure. Spawning up in the top right, it is the red Terran player. Give it up for the Russian MilkiCow.
And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Psy Storm Gaming after they acquired Exxon. It is Gerald. A man with many names.
Yeah, I still, depending on the day, call him Gerald or Gerald.
Yeah.
I
Gerald.
Gerald.
Yeah. Yeah.
Geraldine.
Well, that's his name on the weekends. Well, you know, we all like to go out to those kind of clubs every now and then.
So this is interesting. He just built a second gas and then canceled it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've got to agree with you on the what there. That did seem like a very small mistake. Maybe just, you know, when you're thinking too hard, you're like, oh, I didn't take a gas, but he actually did, thinking more about what's coming in the next few minutes as to what is coming now. Hopefully everything is fixed now in terms of overlays. It's certainly better than it was. Okay, so I have no idea how I observe and produce 2 days ago. I come back now and nothing is the same. Genius.
Ugh. Absolutely, yeah. I know that struggle. It is awful.
Oh my god. MilkiCow now going for the CC once again off position here. Just doesn't want to play around with Gerald's probe when you're playing against a player who's so good at micro. And we did see, even in game one, with things like keeping the oracles alive so long, that the dude's pretty bloody good at it. But so far, everything identical. Marine into reactor, most likely here for Cow Milky. And the guy from The Witcher opening up with his Adept and then moving into probably Stargate again.
Yeah, he's delayed Warp Gate here. So almost definitely going to be that Stargate play. And I really like this because I kind of I had my notes. And like I was saying, he is a Blink Robo guy. He always has been. So for him to be going in game one into Stargate with the Oracle, then into something else, I really love that. And look at this. It is not just a Stargate. What kind of Stargate is this?
It's a Crocsy Stargate, because I'm pretty sure Gerald wears Crocs just like me. No, Proxied, of course, down at the other side of the map. The most aggressive Stargate you can get here. It is the quickest you can get unless you completely skip making your first units, which you're probably not going to do in case there was a Reaper, for example. But this is going to be very difficult to deal with. The Reaper is now coming in, actually. It was Marine into Reaper, which I quite like. It's going to allow a full scout here and maybe even get a probe. I doubt it with the second Adept popping out here. But my one concern here is that MilkiCow didn't go all the way into the main, so he's still probably in the corner of his mind, thinking that there could be a Stargate at home just tucked up. And even these Adepts are staying alive a long time, and with the micro that we spoke of earlier, they will finally be cleaned up. And if he gets some Hellion as well, and he will, this is a fine trade.
Oh, and he's
he gets out.
He gets another shot right there. Okay, so there's something really, really important that MilkiCow did not see. He did not see the second pylon of Gerald, so he does not even conceptualize that there could be a proxy. And now the Oracle shows up, and a lot of these Marines are very low. Gerald, he's going to pick the fight against him. I actually don't know why he didn't just go into the main middle line. That would have been... He can still do it. He's expecting a Widow Mine.
Yeah, I think you are completely right there, Steadfast. And now this is going to be cleaned up, actually, without too bad. This was about the best defense I would say that MilkiCow was going to be capable of. He manages to take out the Adept as well. Oh, no, sorry, he's shaded out, right? Yeah, he's shaded out. And Phoenix coming out from the proxy, too. That's kind of odd, no? That's a different Adept, okay.
Yeah, that's a different Adept. So he did kill the Adept. The Phoenix out of the proxy Stargate is very strange, but since it was unscouted, that might be why he's doing this. Is he going to go for more Phoenix, or is it just the one to try and deal with the potential Widow Mine drop? Kind of put a timer on that, maybe lift a Widow Mine, make it a little bit easier on the defense. I think that's what that's for.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I agree.
So I realize that was a mistake on my observing right there. So there was actually 2 Widow Mines right here, just above this gas. I couldn't see them. But Gerald, of course, the consummate pro, was able to see them, so that's why he didn't go in there. He could have still gone towards the top side. Oh, okay.
Found the Widow Mine then. Yeah, I mean, we see everything, and we couldn't see the Widow Mine. He saw it, and it was just an invisible, shadow. These oracles are found a little bit, but with all being said and done, actually, this hasn't been too bad here for MilkiCow. Losing 3 workers there to a couple of Adepts isn't bad. Resources lost does favor MilkiCow in total, specifically gas-wise. Like, 350 gas this early is a lot to lose. Yeah. As a Protoss player. Now we do have Blink before that coming behind this, and Gerald does have his third down and completed as well, so that's a very well-timed third. for our Protoss player. But our Terran did go for a pretty quick third CC as well. He's already turning that into an orbital up here in his main, and he's going to be able to move into a mid game where he's not quite in as much trouble as he was.
Oh, that is, I would say that's understating it a little bit. Hopefully we won't see another snipe on Stim, so we can see a proper game get played out.
No.
Where, you know, MilkiCow has a chance to. Oh no. Now there is no high ground vision because the Phoenix and Oracle were taken out. Actually, this is the whole army of Gerald right now. It's 8 Stalkers and an Adept. Oh, nice blink forward takes that out, and will find an finds 2 SCVs. That's pretty nice damage.
Yeah, and
the Adept is into the main. What? Oh my God! No, not again.
I'm so sorry. This isn't fair.
And he's gonna snipe it. Wait, is he?
He's not. He's not. I couldn't take a third stim in 2 games being cancelled. I'd have quit. I'd have handed in my professional StarCraft notice there and then. Okay. Jesus, that's so unfortunate for MilkiCow. Gerald, I cannot believe that Adept was allowed to just shade in like that. That is a big mistake from a Russian Terran player who should have been able to have his depots raised in time. Storm once again here by the Protoss player Gerald. He is sticking to what he did in game 1, going Storm into Robotics Bay. We can imagine. Upgrades again favor MilkiCow, but right now he cannot push off and create pressure elsewhere because without Stim, he's just bloody useless. His army just packs such little punch right now. It's a decent sized army, but it's so unupgraded, and Stalkers are just going to be able to pick away like this.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pick away for a long time. Now that tank setup will protect them a little bit, but MilkiCow has a big army supply lead. If he had Stim right now, he could put a ton of pressure onto Gerald. He'd have 1-1, he'd have Stim, and he'd have like a 15-20 army supply lead. I mean, Storm is finishing up, so maybe there's not much he could do anyways. Yeah. But now there's definitely not a lot he can do. Like if he wants to push, it's without combat shields. Stim will finish up pretty soon. The save on that tech lab was actually really important because it meant not only did he not lose the like 10 or 15 seconds of Stim, he also didn't have to rebuild that tech lab. Which would have been another 30 seconds total probably. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt here. Now, Ghosts are on the way, enhanced Shockwave as well coming in here. That is the correct tools for MilkiCow, theoretically, and he does have good supply. He's got a strong army here. His work account is good. Oh, yeah. So MilkiCow is still certainly in this. He hasn't started 2-2 yet. Does he have an armory? He doesn't. So that's not great, and we'll stall him out long term. Needs to get that down pretty soon. As we can see, Gerald here is just absolutely powering up his upgrades. These Widow Mines have potential to get nothing done because they're going to die really, really fast. That one gets some shots off, but none of these Widow Mines have connected with the Zealots. That beefy front line stands strong, and look at the reinforcements coming in right now. Army supply is a nice number to 62. Good EMP though. Yeah, that was a really, really good EMP. It doesn't get any of the High Templar. Well, actually, no, it does get one. But there's still a bunch of High Templar in this War Prism. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's a pretty decent Widow Mine shot to start off. I actually thought it was going to be bigger, but there's no Ghost Energy left. So this is actually a bit of a problem. Yeah, and behind this, Gerald has his 4th base, as we said, Robotics Bay on the way. He's getting more High Templars. He's getting +2 weapons. I still don't think there's an armory been built. There's a 3rd eBay on the way. That doesn't help. You've got plenty of those, my man. There we go. The armory is coming in, of course, finally. But I mean, triple eBay doesn't mean it goes 3 times as fast. Unfortunately, he's not a Protoss player. Robotics Bay is close to finishing, and I feel like once Colossus or Disruptors join this composition, it gets even more difficult than it already is here for MilkiCow. Yeah, no kidding. Nice EMP right there on the middle of the army. Chargelot's going to get hit by those. Widow Mine's not going to get too much done. Oh, nice dodge on the Storm. There are Vikings out now to try and push this away, but the Archons and Stalkers will take... Oh, that was not the Storm, Gerald. He actually does a lot of damage. This isn't campaign. You can't charge up your shields that way. More Ghosts coming in. Cloak coming in for the Ghost as well. +2 has finally started for our Terran player, but it is a good minute later than it should have been. Second Robo coming in as well. Observers joining. Widow Mine shots that have been... Shots from Widow Mines, they've been all right. Oh, the retargeting here is nice. They only gets the 1 Zealot in the end because there was... I don't know what he was trying to do there. Gerald wasn't just going to walk... Oh, look at the splash damage. Oh, the Archon. He uses the friendly fire. Dies. It's not a Baneling.
Oh my god, some very nice storms from Gerald here. This time actually getting a good chunk of damage onto the meat of the army from our Terran player. These Stalkers too far from home, but they get the Viking again, which allows the drop for the High Templars to continue. And behind this, those Disco Balls of Death, the Disruptors, are on the way. And we're going to see if MilkiCow can split like Clem, because he's going to have to deal with the Storms and the Purification Novas. +3, +2 as well coming in from Gerald. Storm on the Widowmine there. It's not enough to actually kill it, is it? No. Nice EMP on the Zealots and the Archon again, and a snipe or two to do a little bit of damage. So he's doing a good job of holding on when he can, but doesn't want to be losing any ghosts or anything like that.
Yeah, and right now these storms are just trying to be used to zone out the Terran army. That is a pretty big storm right there. The ghost taking a huge shot. And now the Disruptor's going to fill that role and allows for some great zoning. And MilkiCow will just lift this off and get the repair. But, I mean, it's Gerald holding a nasty position to deal with. And
behind us, Gerald has a 5th base Purification Nova's flanks coming in there from the brushes to the left. The Disruptors aren't all here just yet. There are only a couple, but if MilkiCow chases too far, he is going to get absolutely shot. Look how low all of this army is steadfast. EMP into the middle of the army. But this army is barely standing. It's held together with tape and bubblegum. Oh, nice pickup. Doesn't save enough key units, so ghosts begin to fall. It's my dead ghost impression. Workers beginning to fall. Purification Nova that was needed, and just like that, I think MilkiCow is going to be in a world of pain. Maybe he pushes this back now. Oh god, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's just so awful.
It is, yeah, that's been a painful fight. Now, it was a bloody fight, but Gerald does take, of course, the much better trade overall. He does lose a couple of his power units, which is not ideal. But MilkiCow, you hit the nail on the head. That army has been so heavily stimmed, and Gerald is not stopping the pressure. This medevac count, it is not high enough, and there's no energy.
None. Correct. And now we see these Purification Nova flanks continuing to come through from this. Stop it! Yeah, this isn't looking great. We do see MilkiCow trying to move forward. He knows he has to secure that 4th base. But up in the northwest, we have a run by queued up here from Gerald. And he is now going to be sending all of these bad boys straight into that mineral line. Nothing to defend. One tank is not going to be good enough here. Going to be a whole bunch of dead workers and possibly even a collapse here, yeah, on the right-hand side as well. So all of the workers in the more important base, that planetary, will go down. Purification Novas left and right. There's just not enough army left here for MilkiCow, I'm afraid. It's so overstimmed. Oh gosh.
Well,
okay.
Oh, jeez, that could have been really bad. I will say that Gerald lost all of his power units right there, but he killed 37 workers in addition to that planetary. 95 probes. Are you serious right now? He's playing this like Rainer plays TVZ sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's on 10 gases as well. So it's not like he is, committed to just, yeah, well, okay.